Welcome back, traders, to our live session for Thursday. Sorry about yesterday's live session and all the rescheduling, but I'm back at the office today, so let's have a productive live session. Since this is a start of a new one, if you have any pair you want me to look at, just send a shout out in the live chat, and I'll put up another chart for that. If these are the pairs you're okay with me looking at, then we can just get started. So I'm going to be covering the Euro, Aussie, Gold, the dollar index, and Euro, Aussie. Every chart except for the Euro, Aussie is already analyzed. So I'll do the analysis from top to bottom like I did in the first few live sessions, in case some new members don't really know how I trade and how I go about analyzing a pair. So let's start off with Euro. Last night I called Euro shorts. I was saying it could happen, during midnight, maybe during London. But the move started to play out today around 7 a.m. Eastern, and we're looking good for shorts. This was the analysis from last week. So these arrows, this is our descending channel. Probably back from the daily. We've been referring to it quite a lot, but it's definitely significant because we haven't really made any attempts to go any higher. So we respected it quite well, but we're back inside of it now. So that's why the short bias is what we have right now. Ideally for longs, we wanted it to come here, come retest this resistance, which we did, and then break out to 1.14. We did the opposite. We came, retested, and rejected, and now we're inside the ascending channel. And you guys should know by now, I love trading range fills, and I think these zones that we plot out are zones of magnetization. And so because we've closed underneath this descending channel, I feel like we have a fulfillment to do to at least come down to 1.12127 area. So for a short opportunity, and this could be an intraday opportunity. We could see it play out by end of the day today. However, we do have major fundamentals for the USD. Let's just go to Forex Factory, which I highly recommend to use to keep up with economic events. Tomorrow we have, I believe, some manufacturing core retail sales and retail sales. So this is key. This will indicate how the economy is doing. Obviously for NFP, we didn't add enough jobs. Unemployment remained the same a bit. I think it was 3.6%, but we only added about 27,000 jobs, which is the lowest since May 2010. So the U.S. economy is a little shaky right now. We did make a deal with Mexico, so there was some boost, which we can see on the dollar index. We had a nice little bounce off our trend line. I wrote an article about the US dollar and its short-term weakness, but right now, as of now, we do see some strength. We have a nice solid bounce off the trend line, and I believe we could come and test this green line right here, which is 97.680 region, and that'd be perfect for us because we're still in USD yen longs. Euro USD shorts should be done by then, but if anything, it would just accelerate the move down, and we could possibly go down all the way to 1.1100, which would be a great swing opportunity. Given that we let me just remove this. Given that we're already into the trade and we're about 20 pips in profit, so any move further down will just allow us to close half our position and move stops to entry. So that seems cool and all. So for Euro, shorts are a go. We are stalling around this resistance, this previous resistance, 1.12650. But I do believe we'll push through and go short. We could actually come back and retest this ascending channel. So bounce here, bounce there, and then go down. Or we could stall until tomorrow's release. You can't hear me anymore. Let me see if something went wrong. Let me know in the live chat if you guys can hear me. Apparently you guys can't. It is showing that it's picking up the audio. Okay, it's back. Alright, cool. Oh yeah, so let me know when stuff like that happens. Don't just sit there quietly. The portal is almost done. We believe we'll have it ready for Monday, so very excited about that. It'll have a live chat. It'll have the Telegram already. So the Telegram will be connected to the portal. It'll also have Bloomberg running in the background, so you can watch fundamentals as I analyze the charts. It'll have our past videos, our past live sessions, Ichimoku, Gan. I know a lot of you are interested in that, so we'll have all the archives. So it'll be a great way for members to take advantage of the portal. So this will probably be, we'll have a live session on YouTube today and one more tomorrow for Friday, and then from there on I think pretty much everything will be streamlined onto the portal. So we're excited about that. More information will come over the weekend. But back to the charts. Euro USD is a short unless we come back out of this descending channel, make another run. I would keep shorts. If you're in the shorts, I just wait it out because we do have USD fundamentals, so don't really add any more positions. I just feel like because we have fundamentals tomorrow, it could go either way. So right now, keep risk management intact. Although the short is looking very enticing and I want to go further, the portal is free, so there's no cost. Everything's gonna be free. Live sessions are free. The portal will be free. So don't worry about the cost. This is just something we wanted to do. One of the reasons why I was brought on to Forex Lens was to get the live trading room up and running again. I feel like signals and managed accounts is great, but everyone wants to become an independent trader one day. You want to be the shot caller, right? And obviously there's different time zones and whatnot. So we at Forex Lens feel that while you use our signals and account management, you also learn how to trade. So you get the whole learn and earn at the same time. So that's what we're striving for. So the portal will be free and all that, but you will get more details this weekend. So yeah, just keep asking questions in the live chat. On the portal, we'll have a better chat than the one right now, but this should suffice. So Euro USD, which is great. I believe we made around 22 pips. So we made the loss from GJ yesterday. I'll show you guys that in a bit. But moving on to Aussie, I just wanted to show our amazing intraday trade that I called out, and I also posted on TradingView. Make sure you guys follow us there. I'll follow it back. I'll answer that in a bit. But just the perfect simple setup, double top. This blue line right here is the neck. We came and retested the neckline and we shorted. And I mean the drawdown, maybe had like 3 pips worth of drawdown, and their take profit went to the T. Like I said, a lot of people are interested in varying forms of trading and using multiple indicators, but I just think a naked chart with some key levels is the best way to go. I had not moved any of this, and you can see we once we hit our take profit, price has stalled. So it just goes to show you that these support and resistance zones that I always talk about have some meaning to them. They're just they're just not from anecdotal evidence. If you look at much of the top traders in the game, they usually go about their trading in a similar way. I'm not knocking other ways of trading, and if you're interested in GAN trading, Ichimoku, our YouTube has videos on that from previously done, which you can check it out. I did watch a few and they seem great, but it took 5 years for me to figure out how I wanted to trade, and at this point I go by the motto, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I'm gonna keep going about it this way, and I hope you guys could add this way of trading to your own trading and see if it works out for you. Maybe try it on a demo. Okay, next is gold. I remember last week we were right here. We were piercing this resistance zone, and I wanted us to actually go up to 1260. We still have our 12 stop at our sell stop at 1360. My fault, 1360. But we've never got there. 1360 was the every time we've made an attempt at it, we've pierced deep, somewhere at 1360 region, so at least. So we could come back up to 1345, which was our previous hourly resistance. So till then, do not short gold, and that's why we're seeing USD yen weakness, just because they're inverses. But yeah, that's all we need to watch out for gold. Is 1363. If you're looking for an intraday opportunity, I'd look for signs of rejection at 1345 when we get there. The risk to reward will be amazing as well. Let me just plot that. If I do enter gold shorts, I'll let you know. But just tomorrow is USD fundamentals, so I don't really want to rush into any trades that I'm not already in. But the risk to reward is just phenomenal for a gold short. But this is something I wouldn't enter. If I do, I'll let you guys know. Dollar index, it looks good to me. Looks like we'll see some USD strength. At least go to this green line, if not somewhere around here. Just looking at areas of most activity. And look to the left. Want to know what happens at the right, you look to the left. Somewhere around here will be good. So we do have near-term near-term dollar strength being shown by the technicals. 97.376 is one level we should watch out for, and then 97.700-ish. So all our setups looking good. Yesterday USD yen actually slipped into some drawdown after the Aussie release. I believe the furthest we went was 60 pips drawdown, and for a swing trade opportunity, that's pretty much nothing. We're back at around 30 pips drawdown, so we've made countless runs to go lower, but it's just looking like any yen that I've looked at so far is a long, whether it's odd yen, CAD yen, pound yen. Let me show you guys pound yen and why I called a long, and I think now it's back at our entry. So yeah, I called a long off this support that we drew last week, signified by this green line. And what it actually did was, when we first entered, we entered on this red candle right here, this bearish candle, and we went up onto this green candle, about 15 pips into profit. Yeah, right here. So we went up about 15 pips into profit, and then we had the Aussie fundamentals release, and we went about 60 pips in drawdown, which kind of sucked because I closed out, and I also recommended you guys to close out, but our SO was only 20 pips, so it wasn't that big of a loss. But it sucks to see that price is back to our entry, but we're also having a bearish reaction off that, so it's good that we didn't re-enter. Never get attached to a trade, and this is one of the reasons. Like in my first few years of trading, if I saw us making another run for longs, I would have entered. But if it didn't work out the first time, I wouldn't force the issue. And it looks like pound yen longs are biting the dust right now. So I'd lay off the pound yen, especially with the Brexit deal. The voting was today I believe. So that's GBP yen. If you're looking for longs, look for a break above 137.800. Other than that, just stay in the USD yen longs that we're in. And Euro Aussie, I'm gonna analyze it from the very beginning, just so you guys get a feel for how I analyze. So I start at the monthly, and I look for regions of activity that we're closest to. So I always see this, and I don't know why people start drawing supports up here, down here. You got to look where price is. Price is here, okay? I'm not too concerned about what's happening all the way up here or all the way below here. I'm looking for a near-term support and resistance. So maybe somewhere around here. So let me just zoom in. So a near-term support zone could be this region right here. Resistance zone could be this region right here. Okay, and obviously I'm going to make it that thick. This is good enough. Capture all the wicks. Near-term support, I could see one right here. I'm just looking for areas of a lot of activity, a lot of wicks. And if we extend this over, you can see that this area has been resistance over here and previous support. This looks good to me. So let's extend this over. So if we're looking at Aussie longs, we could possibly long to this zone. And also look for any places that I could put a trend line. I don't really see a place to put a downtrend line. I could put a trend line right here, just to signify we're in an uptrend, but that's something we already can tell. Everything looks good to me here. Now we go to the weekly. My bad if I'm rushing this. It's just I don't really want to drag these live sessions on too long. When I go to the weekly, same thing again. Is there any trend lines that I can draw in the near term? I don't see any. Is there any weekly levels I can draw? Yes, there is. and I use my horizontal lines and rays to represent that. So we have these two long wicks at this region, at this price point right here, 1.65 to 60. So that's a weekly resistance. Can I draw weekly support? Yes, I can. Right here is good. A lot of activity. Perfect. A lot of wicks. So based off what we have in the weekly, we can see that we're about to test a weekly resistance. And we have actually broke out a previous resistance right here. Okay. So you see how we have wicks here, wicks here, wicks here, and then we have wicks up here. So this is a secondary resistance and this is a primary resistance. So we broke out of that secondary resistance, and I believe if we go to the lower time frame, we could probably see that we broke, retest, and then going long. So let's do that. Let's go to the daily, and yeah, cool. So this is our secondary resistance. We reacted, and then we came back up. So it looks like there's a lot of buyers pushing to go to 1.65260. However, right now they're hitting daily resistance, which is right here. So that's what we can see right now for Euro Aussie, hitting daily resistance at 1.163427. Now is not a good time to enter long, obviously. It's also not a good time to enter short just because of the aggressive bull run we went on. I mean, if you look at this bull run, do you see just how miniature the retraces are? I mean, it just shows there's very little buyers. We did have a substantial amount of sellers here. That's just because we were running into resistance. But if you look at the start of this bull run, there was very little sellers. That's why the retraces are so small. So the sellers did come in at the resistance. A lot of traders sell at resistance, which is smart. But that's when the buyers just came in and made another push. And obviously this was fueled by the weak Aussie fundamentals. So that's one thing to look into, the fundamental side of things. Doesn't matter what the technicals say. If the fundamentals say a currency will fall, it will most likely will. So if we go on the hourly, let's see if we do have a short opportunity for an intraday setup. I mean, we're still making higher highs, higher lows. I'd say the only way I'd short is if we clear this low right here. Let me draw out this horizontal array. And if I draw a trend line, we can see that. Let me just draw a trend line. Perfect. Oh. Cool. So if you're looking for intraday shorts for Euro Aussie, just look for a break of this trend line, a retest, and then your first take profit would be 1.62580. And then if we do break that, then you can go all the way down to 1.61300. But until then, until you get that break, retest, rejection, don't short it. You always want to trade with the trend and never against it. I know everyone likes to be the hot shot that catches the reversal, but it's more profitable to trade with the trend. And I mean, if you plot the risk to reward ratio, it doesn't make sense to even short it. Put this down here. So you're gonna get a break retest around there. Jesus Christ. So you see right here, the risk to reward is about 1.69, but let's say you want to push it to this resistance. Let's say price comes here, breaks, retests, but then it makes a push for the resistance that it just broke. Obviously, I say this price point is a zone, so I usually give about 10 to 12 pips of leeway to that zone, breathing room. So just right off the bat, our risk to reward is about 1.112, and I always recommend you go for 1.135 or greater. So from a risk to reward standpoint, a short just does not look viable, and it doesn't look suitable for any traders that have very very strict risk management rules. So shorts not a go for me unless we get a massive break. Then we could probably clear levels past this, but till then, let's wait for price to come here, retest rejection. Because if it retests the resistance, then our short opportunity will have great risk to reward, because we can just have this work out for us. Whoops. You see what I mean? If we shorted at resistance, we give our 10 to 12 pips of breathing room, and then we have, I mean, this is probably 200 pips of profit. So that's what I see for Euro Aussie. I hope this top-down analysis just shows you how I trade. You can obviously go back to our first 2 or 3 live sessions where I really go into depth. But this is where our live sessions will be, 20 to 30 minutes tops. Once we get that live portal running Monday, you guys could ask more specific questions and ask me to look at so-and-so pair, or ask me to go over something again. That's cool. But until then, I'll be fine. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is major fundamentals at 8:30. So I'll try to make tomorrow's live at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And that's a promise. I know I keep pushing them, but tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, we'll discuss how our trades went, specifically Euro USD. Let's see what it's doing. Okay, same old. Our USD yen longs and our gold possible short opportunities off this resistance. So that's that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy trading, and don't enter a USD trade today if you don't have to. Okay, it's not good to trade fundamentals, even if technicals are telling you or giving you insights of what the fundamentals might be. Just play it safe. Don't be a hero. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m.